How could climate-induced migration reshape politics in Europe and the Middle East? Climate-induced migration is a major threat multiplier that will intensify existing political and social instability in the Middle East and reshape the domestic and foreign policy landscape of Europe. This dynamic is driven by slow-onset environmental degradation, drought, desertification, that intersects with economic and conflict factors. Reshaping politics in the Middle East and North Africa, MENA. The MENA region is warming at twice the global average and already faces extreme water scarcity. This will intensify existing drivers of instability and profoundly change internal and regional politics. Internal instability and conflict. Climate change reduces arable land and fresh water, increasing competition over finite resources, particularly in agricultural areas. This can exacerbate pre-existing ethnic or sectarian tensions, leading to internal displacement, rural to urban migration, and potential civil unrest. For example, a severe drought preceding the Syrian civil war is cited as a factor that drove rural populations into cities, strained resources, and fueling anti-government sentiment, strain on fragile states. Massive internal migration strains the capacity of already fragile states to provide basic services like water, electricity, and housing in urban centers. This can weaken central governments, increase the power of local militias, and lead to political breakdown, creating new ungoverned spaces that foster extremism. Regional tensions. As nations build dams or divert water to secure their own supplies, e.g., along the Nile, Tigris, and Euphrates rivers, the competition over diminishing resources can escalate into transboundary diplomatic crises or even limited military conflicts, shifting regional alliances and security concerns. Reshaping politics in Europe. Europe will be a primary destination for cross-border movement from the MENA and African regions, having a direct and significant impact on domestic and EU-level politics. The rise of populism and the far right. A sustained, high volume of irregular migration provides a powerful and immediate political issue for right-wing populist and anti-immigration parties. These groups effectively securitize the issue, framing it as a threat to national culture, welfare systems, and sovereignty. The political response to the 2015-2016 migrant crisis accelerated this trend, and future large-scale movements driven partly by climate will likely cement the power of these parties, influencing national and European Parliament elections. Shifting of policy. Migration will continue to dominate the European Union's foreign and security agenda. This will push the EU toward border externalization, increased spending, and diplomatic efforts to partner with and fund MENA and African states to manage and contain migrant flows before they reach European shores. Prioritizing adaptation aid, shifting foreign aid and development budgets to focus on climate adaptation and resilience in vulnerable countries to address the root causes of displacement. Sovereignty. With solidarity debate, deepening the political rift between EU member states who advocate for border control and national sovereignty, and those who push for shared responsibility and an integrated EU migration policy. The climate refugee legal vacuum. The current international legal framework does not recognize climate refugees. Future diplomatic efforts will be forced to confront whether to redefine the 1951 Refugee Convention or create a new legal category, a politically fraught debate likely to be met with resistance from states focused on limiting, not expanding, entry.